to the last episode of Baby Reindeer. The battery on my camera is dying, y'all, but I was like, let me get this last episode in before the battery completely shuts down. It's only 31 minutes and 29 seconds. Give a little intro, a little outro, and it should be less than 29 minutes. So there's that. Let's pray that I can get through this episode without the camera dying. You want to see this on a full reaction? You can. The links are down below. Please click the links and join me over there on Patreon or YouTube channel memberships. Either or, feel free to join us and be able to see this show plus other shows and movies all together. Join the extended family today. Without further ado, let's jump into Baby Reindeer and find out exactly what this show has got to give.
Wound for them to sniff at. I knew she was bad and I knew she was dangerous, but she flattered me.
Recorded me on the sly and uploaded the video to YouTube, and it went viral. So overwhelming that I almost didn't notice that Martha had stopped emailing. Cast, radio shows, bigger gigs, better crowds. Everyone suddenly wanted a piece of me. The first time in my life, I really felt like I was going somewhere.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I'll let your sexual abuser know. Fuck you. You failed to break me.
There's a guy in the front row here looking at me a bit funny. Is it possible to get a DBS check on this guy, please?
My life began 3 decades in, and all I needed to do to achieve it was to be honest with myself. Find myself in the free fall of happiness. I wonder what it was in me that kept it in for so long.
Your parents know about all that in the video, yeah? The shirt lifting and the guy's cock half hanging out of you. I cannot express how furious I am about the way you shafted me.
In the most important moment of my professional life, Martha got my number.
Change your number again.
Leaving your parents alone, because I just didn't have the time for it anymore. But I think they're gonna want to know information like that.
I couldn't tell if Martha was bluffing, or if she would actually do something as awful as tell my family. I just had to get to my parents before she did.
This is crazy.
Video of me that's been going around online. Just I feel very confused and don't really know anything anymore. But I'm trying to, get through it. I don't think I'm straight anymore. I'm bisexual. Maybe it's a journey. Anyway, but the past few years have been really difficult. And I think you're gonna have a choice now. I can't handle it anymore. Keeping it in.
There's no question which one we're going to go for.
Please, just let me finish. And I sort of speak about other things in the video too. I was raped by a man.
Oh my God.
I spoke about it in this online video and now everyone knows. I guess I never wanted you to know because I didn't want you to think less of me.
You're our son. Whatever happened? You didn't let it happen. You weren't to blame.
Would you see me as less of one?
Well, no.
I grew up in the Catholic Church.
I don't understand. I don't know what to say.
You don't have to say anything. Oh, Bear, I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's so sad.
I felt lighter somehow, amazed even by the sudden peace I found within myself. I told my parents everything. Terry, Martha, Darian. I hadn't felt so at ease in all my life. By the time I boarded the train back down, I really felt like there was nothing in my way.
Good luck with a transsexual.
Yep, thank you, Dad.
Damn, where is he? That was unexpected. I was crying my heart out. She's crazy.
There, like a fucking guppy, wafting that bitch right under my nose. Your cock practically in her.
She's ringing me now, literally, as I stand here.
I can see that, Mr. Dunn. Obviously, with unknown numbers, it's very difficult to prove who it is it's actually calling.
She stopped emailing, so I sent her out of office and it must have replied to her.
What about her phone number? Have you tried blocking that?
Of course I've tried, but you can't block unknown numbers.
We can't listen to that many voicemails, I'm afraid. We simply don't have the resources.
Oh my God, so what?
Now, I need to speak off the record here, but to keep your number and wait for her to say something that we can use to expedite this case. She's leaving you numerous voicemails a day. Chances are there'll be something there we can use.
I'm gonna be quite frank with you here now.
Over the next few months, Martha's voicemails became the podcast to my life. It was there in my ears all the time.
Don't forget what I also said to you about confidentiality. I assumed you had a one-night stand in mind.
She remembered everything with such lucidity. The false promises.
I'm shocked that you did something like that. You surrendered to me that day, didn't you? By the water.
I started to download them.
This fame means fuck all. They don't love you. They'll grow bored. I love you.
Cancelled gigs and interviews. Devoted my life to unpacking the mystery of Martha.
Starlet, Even for you.
In fact, over time, I found myself relating to her all over again.
Backstabbers and liars.
The way she managed to distract me from all the things that I'd lost.
Oh, she moved on.
Used for little boys and their piano teachers.
About me, or Terry, or the abuse.
Anything new come up your side that we should know about?
No?
God, you did!
And sometimes in my darkest hours, as I lay awake at night listening to just how much she was suffering.
I hate the world, what it's taken from me.
I did have to fight every fibre of her being, not to pull her back. I only did it because it felt like a risk I couldn't take any longer.
You and your family, you keep your trap shut, yeah? You're on your final warning. I fucking mean it this time. Stab anyone in England, in Britain. So you better watch what you're saying, because maybe one day I will stab someone.
Martha was arrested the next day and charged with 3 counts of stalking and harassment. I really couldn't tell whether it was putting an end to her fascination or mine.
All rise.
Stand up, Miss Scott. You are charged with the harassment of Mr. Donald Dunn. Are you guilty or not guilty?
Guilty?
You are charged with the stalking of Mr. Donald Dunn, March 2017. Are you guilty
2 years.
or not guilty?
Guilty.
You are charged with the harassment. Are you guilty or not guilty?
Guilty. A little reindeer.
Prepare a pre-sentencing report. You will remain in custody until then.
Martha was sentenced to 9 months in prison, and a 5-year restraining order was issued that same day. That courtroom was the last time I ever set eyes on her.
9 months, that's it? Oh, they go back military time in the UK? 1656. Nine months and 5 years of whatever restraining order.
Keely. Hi.
He's pretty concerned about you. He says you've barely come out of your room in weeks. What's all this?
Oh, it's Martha's stuff.
I thought she'd been sentenced.
She has, but I'm still trying to make sense of it. Folders capturing all her different emotions. I've been doing it for weeks now, and there's still a ton I haven't listened to yet. I really do get a sense of just how mad she was.
He's like consumed by her.
You look awful.
I feel awesome.
How's the comedy going?
It's nothing like getting everything you want in life to realise it's not for you. Why are you here?
I want you to move back to my mum's place. Sort yourself out a bit. I can't have you go on living like this. Having gone through all of that video, Donny, it really upset me.
That's nice of her.
I'll leave you to it and let me know if you need anything.
Thank you.
I forgot to say I left a little something for you in the cupboard, along with a couple of bits and bobs I found while I was clearing out your room.
Oh, that jacket. Oh, is that the thing that he wrote?
Can I help with anything?
He didn't move?
Yeah, I was wondering if I could come in.
God, he didn't even light up the room?
Like a cup of tea?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, please. I've seen 2 people consume drugs like them. Private school boys, too.
Where have you been?
I'm sorry I disappeared.
No, I get it. I saw your video, by the way. Oh, I thought it was brave. Really brave.
It was about you.
Thank you.
You should come back and work with me. We're bringing Cottonmouth back for a reboot. Staffing up at this very moment.
He literally has not changed.
You'll be paid.
I'd love that.
You record him?
Serving in your tight whites, I thought, red. Red is your colour. I think you've got a great jawline, a lovely smile. very attractive. Meet someone sometimes. You just think they have it. And you have it. Fine, I fancy you, okay? I fancy you. There, I said it.
Hi, yeah, I'll have a vodka Coke, please, a double.
That's the thing I've always wondered, really. Why people meet. And I suppose that brings me to the baby reindeer thing. This wee cuddly toy when I was young went with me everywhere. The reindeer was this cuddly, fluffy thing. It was the only good thing about my childhood. I'd hug it when they fought. You are the spit of that reindeer. The same nose. It means so much to me. You mean so much to me.
Yeah, I'm fine, sorry.
Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
It's $7.25.
Oh, yeah. I think I've left my wallet at home.
Don't worry about it. It's on me.
That sounds familiar. Well, now we are done with this season. That episode, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, brought so much emotion out of me. It all started when he came out to his parents, and he was forced to come out to his parents, and then to find out that what happened to him also happened to his father, and then them having that emotional connection. I just could not hold it in. That was overwhelmingly sad, emotional. All of those feelings kept waddling up, if that's a word, right into my eyes. So yeah, that was emotional. Then there's parts where I actually lean on you guys to inform me stuff really about you and how you guys feel. But I found it so interesting that he went back to listening to Martha after she was convicted. I understand him going to court and seeing her get sentenced, but then after that, him being there and that whole 9 yards. I find that very interesting. Well, not being there, I mean listening to it. Sorry, my mind is all over the place. Listening to her audio, and then I actually even can see if he was gonna do like a story or a biography about her, about his life, how he would have that all set up and stuff like that. But he just seems to like process her and what he was going through over and over. But it was really hard. And then I thought that he was gonna get like a payback on that guy who has not changed at all when he went there. First, let me tell you the truth. At first, I thought it was gonna actually really hurt him and then he was gonna end up going in jail. Then I was like, okay, maybe not. When I saw the coat out, then I was like, okay, maybe he was recording him and then he'll bring him to the cops. But he didn't. So that's very interesting. What episode is this? Let me see if I can find Baby Reindeer episode 7 meaning. I kind of interesting to see like everything. In the final scene, Donny listens to Martha's voicemails and learns why she called him Baby Reindeer. That also was emotional. He reminded her of the stuffed reindeer that she had during her childhood. Donny cries at the bar, realizing he also forgot his wallet, which also was kind of similar to when he met Martha at first, and Martha said she didn't have any money, and then he let her get that free Diet Coke. Was it Diet Coke or Coke? I don't know which one it was. And then it seemed very similar with that new bartender. Also, did you guys hear? Let me see what this says. But you guys hear that the lady who's actually Martha, she wants to sue Netflix for a lot of freaking money. Like a lot. What happened to Martha and Baby Reindeer after threatening, in a series, Donny said he never saw her again. Okay, she was in jail for 9 months. But I want to see if I was gonna see something. No, it doesn't let me know anything. That's one demon he will never see. Unable to shake his demon's hand, unable to cope with Martha in his life, he spirals, causing his roommates to call his ex-girlfriend. In intent, Donny returns to see Darren one last time, but instead of yelling at him, the two have a polite conversation. Darren admits that he's seen Donny's viral video where he accuses Darren of raping him. I should say the word on YouTube. Though not by name, he offers Donny a paying job in rival Cottonmouth. Donny initially seems to think about turning the offer down, but he ultimately accepts, his hunger for fame overpowering his own sense of self-protection. Wow, that's maybe, and that's just, it's crazy. Also, did you hear Donny in Baby Reindeer was also accused of doing something very similar to this story to another trans person, where he was allegedly, he was offering this person, this lady, a job. They went on a date or something. He told the lady to audition. Then I guess the lady went to Netflix, did a whole background to see if he did anything wrong. They came to the conclusion that he did not. But there was that whole story that was actually out there. And then when I was reading it, I was like, oh my God, it's so similar to the actual story that he's telling. Also, the trans lady that he went on a date with in real life, he wanted her to play the trans woman in the actual show. Obviously, it didn't work out. They picked somebody else. But that was the whole tea of that situation. Then just recently, Martha, I want to see what that's about. Martha sues Netflix. Real Martha sues Baby Reindeer. What led to the $1.7 million suit? Let me see. Is there anything? The internet users try to find Martha on social media and find Fiona Harvey's Twitter account. What? However, all their best efforts to hide Martha's identity unravel when internet sleaze, or whatever that word is, began hunting for clues. Quickly, social media users discovered Harvey Twitter's account, which showed that she sent multiple tweets to Gad in 2014, one which was allegedly featured in the show. While this was happening, Gad and Jessica Gunning, who portrays Martha, urged the public to stop trying to uncover Martha's identity. Wow. The edit is speculated. The actress added that Netflix went to great lengths to conceal the identities of those involved. Richard has done an amazing job of not making the story so black and white, so there's no goodie or baddie or villain or victim really, she said. They are just complicated people like humans are. Wow. She insisted that now Gad was one who was obsessed with her. He's using Baby Reindeer to stalk me now. This is the real Martha saying. She said, I'm the victim. He's written a bloody show about me. The woman told the tabloid that Gad's script amounted to bullying an older woman on television for fame and fortune, and that she had received online death threats and abuse from Richard Gad's supporters. Harvey then went on to Piers Morgan Uncensored in May and shared that she considered taking legal action against Gad and Netflix. She also denied sending Gad 41,000 emails and told Morgan that Baby Reindeer is a work of a hyperbole. Wow. So now she's turning it and making it seem as he's obsessed with her. I hope that after this, he did this show, he let the world know about his story, which I feel like everybody has the right to actually be able to say and speak their truth, to say their story. And the show obviously changed the names and did their best to obviously leave some things in, some things out, try to, get, so it wouldn't come out. But you know how 2024, people will find anybody. You got creepy crawlers on the internet, honey, doing creepy crawler things, and it is what it is, unfortunately. So that'll be very interesting if she does try to sue Netflix and Gad. I don't know if let me tell you something. The way the police are over there, no shade to the UK, but if that's how they were, I don't even know what would happen in her lawsuit. Would she win? Would she lose? I have no idea. Regardless, I really would recommend this series to everybody. Now that we're past that, recommend this to everybody to watch at least once. It was very, very insightful, and it definitely hit emotions. And it, like I said, it took me sometimes on and off to realize or to remember that this is real life. This really did happen to somebody. So, very sad though. Thank you guys so much for being here. We just wrapped up this show. Do you guys know what that means? We'll be getting into Fargo. That's right, y'all. Fargo season 1, episode 1 should be dropping after I drop a reaction of Killing Eve. So if you want to see Fargo, don't go nowhere, honey, because it's on its way. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you all next time with more reaction.